How's everyone doing? Okay, have you been enjoying those recipes? I really hope that you get a chance to, make them when you go home. There really are winners. I am available to you either through Facebook Messenger or my cell number. Many of you got this flyer, okay? And you can reach me on the number that's on the bottom, okay? It's a Google Voice number, but it will still come to my cell phone. You can reach me that way. You can text me on there, or you can just call me if you have a question about your recipe, okay? Because I know it's going to happen. I know I'm going to be busy for the next 2 weeks answering your questions, and that is quite fine. I also want to encourage you. Let's see here. Give me a second. Let me connect to my hotspot. I want to encourage you to go on to our Enhanced Life Supper Club Facebook page. So if you have a cell phone and you have Facebook and you have the Facebook app, or you have the ability to get onto Facebook, go ahead right now, get into your Facebook page and look up Enhanced Life Supper Club. That is our main umbrella, okay? And then we have Enhanced Life Supper Club in Spencer, West Virginia, okay? And our church is functioning under that title, okay? Now our goal, this is a pilot program, okay? And so our goal is that eventually we will be able to give the name over to the conference, and then the conference, they will be able to give it to the churches, and so it can be Enhanced Life Supper Club in Berkeley, West Virginia, or in Parkersburg, West Virginia, or something like that. And then we'll just have our main Enhanced Life Supper Club Facebook page, where we will direct people who will say, oh, Parkersburg is having this event on this day, and Spencer's having this event on this day, and people will be able to connect to the different places. So you may have a family member that may be in a different county, and you can say, hey, there's a supper club in that county, right? It's only going to help you out if you know somebody that lives somewhere else, so that they can go to that program. So what I want to do right now, I want to take you to my Facebook page. Okay, that's going to come up in a second. Okay, so I want you to befriend me, okay? Go on my Facebook page, Liz Iannacone. There's another one that's Elizabeth Iannacone. I closed it, and I don't know why it still pops up, but make sure that Liz is in the middle, and that is the Facebook page that I actually use. I put a lot of content on there, and after this event, I'm going to be putting a lot more content, cooking demonstrations, health talks, and things of that sort. And then from there, I'll post into our other group pages. So that is one Facebook page. If you want to befriend me, you can actually message me there, and you can get me directly through my Facebook page. Then if you type in Enhanced Life Supper Club, okay, here's the Enhanced Life Supper Club. This is our main page. And if you see there, it says first week of every month, okay? And your supper club may be on a Sunday, ours is on a Thursday, okay? It's working fine for now. We may eventually change it to a Sunday if our group members say that they want Sunday, okay? So we'll just take a consensus and find out from there. It says look for supper clubs near you, or call us to start one in your community. So if you want to start one, okay, you're more than welcome to use our name, okay? But it has to end with your county or your town name. And there's my phone number, and our motto is helping our communities be healthy, happy, and prosper, 3 John 2, right? And that's what God wants us to do, is to be healthy and prosper, and we are happy as a result of that. I'm going to type in, well, I'm the group member, so I can just automatically go to my group. Okay, and this is the one for Enhanced Life Supper Club in Spencer, West Virginia. And another reason why I want you to join both of them is because we still have a lot of content that's in the first one, just the Enhanced Life Supper Club, because that was the one that we were originally using. But with that one, only we could post. With the one that says in Spencer, West Virginia, it's actually a group, and anybody can post on there anything that they want to share to support and encourage other people in their journey to reach their health goals. Okay? And so in this one, we will post our events. Every Thursday we have a Q&A, a live Q&A at 7:30, and I will have one tonight. And I normally tell people on Wednesdays, you know, post your questions so that way we know ahead of time what your questions are, and then on Thursday we can answer them. Okay? So if you have a recipe that you're working on before Thursday and you have questions about it, you can message me on Messenger or give me a call, or you can wait till Thursday. If you have a health question or anything that's in reference to a recipe of any sort, we can help you with that, okay? And so it says here, drop a question about meal prep, previous supper club, anything that happened in one of our previous supper clubs, gardening, health, goal setting. And when our members like this, Tanya Perry, she's one of our group members from the community that has been coming, you know, she says, thank you, hello everyone. And so it's good that if you're running your page, that you respond quickly. Okay, don't let it linger. Constantly be checking your messages, constantly be checking your Facebook group page, and make sure that you respond to those, you know, that do post something, either with a thank you, that was great, you know, sure, we can help you with this, you know, and if you can't personally help someone, refer them to someone in your church that can help them, okay? In our church, we are working the total member involvement, okay? And that means that we put to work anybody that has 2 legs and 2 feet, or if they have 1 arm or 1 foot, we will use them. Whether they're elderly or young, we will use them in one way or another. So yeah, I encourage you that you can do that as well. If they can't do absolutely nothing but pray, let them do that, because that is one of the most important things that someone can do, is pray for your event, okay, or whatever ministry that you have. Here is a post that we put by Dr. Neil Bernard. So after Dr. Emerson did our program, we, during that month, we put a post up from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. They are a group of doctors that have done a lot of research on plant-based eating and low-fat diets as well, like Dr. Emerson, but they're not Seventh-day Adventists, but they have a lot of good content. And so when you go onto their Facebook page or their YouTube channel, you are able to get a lot of content on different issues that are happening, and they bring out the facts on what you can do to improve your health in those areas. This one on Fat Facts, he talks about how women who were not able to conceive went on a total plant-based diet, low fat, okay, and that was low fat, not totally fat-free, but low fat, and within less than 3 months, they were able to get pregnant, okay? So there's a lot of things that can happen to your body as a result of eating a low-fat diet, okay, and totally plant-based. Okay, so if you go on here, Janelle Emerson, who is our conference health ministries director, she did our last supper club, and she did it by Zoom, and so we posted her presentation. So if you'd like to see that, she talks about small steps, how to take charge of your life, and take 1 step at a time. I think that was the title. I think I put it on here. I can't remember quite well the title of it, but it's there. It's a very good presentation, okay? And here is Kenny Point. He's one of our team members, and he's our next presenter for our supper club. And he's going to be talking about how to save money, and how to save money through gardening and improve your health through gardening. And we always do a pre-event interview. So that means that a week or 2 before the event, we will interview our presenter through Zoom, and they talk about what they're going to be talking about, kind of, you know, increase the excitement and encourage people, you know, whet their taste buds, so that way they will come to our supper club. And so we do a Zoom session, and then I post it onto Facebook. And if you need help with that, knowing how to do that, contact me. I will show you how to do that. So let's see. That's our banner for the Spencer, West Virginia. And this is something that we did through an app called Canva, which is really cute. It actually helps you to be able, very, very easy to animate things on your flyer. So I did it through the app Canva, and all those little things that are moving, I'm telling you, in 15 minutes I had this put up, because I just used the template, and then I selected different things that I wanted them to move, the leaves falling, the little piggy bank moving very quickly, and then on the top I just put Watch for July's Enhanced Supper Club pre-event recording with our next speaker, Kenny Point, CPA and organic gardener, and Liz Iannacone. Okay, and let's see here. His topic is save money while cultivating health in the garden. Okay, so anyways, those are things. Just look through our Facebook page. You'll see stuff in there that you can get ideas from. Okay, and anything that we use, you are more than welcome to copy it. Okay, and just take it and use it for your Facebook group page. Okay, so it makes life a little easy. We help each other, right? Total member involvement. It's not just within our church, but within our conference, right? We support and we help each other. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. I am going to close this down, and we're going to get into our recipes. So today we have a 4th of July menu, okay? And you know, for 4th of July, you normally have burgers, right? What are some of the other things that you have for ice? What did you say? Ice cream. Because that's what we're having, right? What else did you say? Hot dogs. We don't have hot dogs today, but okay. Anybody else? Huh? Potato salad. Corn on the cob. Macaroni salad. Anything else? Potato salad, watermelon, yeah, desserts, right? Salads, fruits, right? So today what we have for you is we have oat burgers, which is in the 7 Secrets cookbook, and you have the recipe for that. And we have little slider buns, so it's a little bit bigger than a sample, okay? So we have little slider buns for that. We also have a chipotle dressing, which I don't see here. And where's my helper? He's probably lost somewhere. Okay, so that we have a chipotle dressing, and you have the recipe for that. Where? He's. Oh yes, it's right here. Thank you. Yeah. So this is basically the simple mayo recipe, or any mayo recipe that you have. You can add the chipotle seasonings and veggies to it, and you got a chipotle dressing. Okay, so that simple mayo is used in various different ways. Tomorrow we're going to show you how to make it into a soy whipped cream. Okay, so we have this as, instead of the mayo, we're going to use the chipotle dressing in the burger. We have lettuce, tomato. Well, the lettuce is not here yet, so if anybody sees William, tell him lettuce. It's not in. This is the ice cream. No, that's the ice cream scoop. Okay, in the ABC store, they have this Gardein breaded chicken patty, chicken-like patty. I don't know if some of you have seen it. Have any of you tried that? Raise your hand if you've tried those. I mean, it is really good. I invited some Bible students. Well, they were friends at that time. Then they eventually became Bible students. But I invited some friends that I had been befriending for about 2 years, and invited them over for Easter. And we had a beautiful meal. And if you go on my Facebook page, by next week I'll have that video posted. But I served this vegan chicken, and her husband and her said, "This is vegan?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Wow, that's really convincing. That's really good." And so I thought I'd serve it to you all in a little sample so you can try it and you could do the same, okay? Let's see what we have here. We have some mac and cheese here that was breaded. I like to, not breaded, but I put breadcrumbs on the top of it. Wow. Okay? And so this one is made with acorn wheat, which is a type of, it's the original wheat in Italy. The gluten in it is very low, so a lot of people that have celiac or are gluten intolerant have no problem eating this wheat. They have a problem with the hybridized one that you normally find in the store. The only company that sells this is the company Jovial, and it's called Acorn. I always say it wrong, and my daughter always corrects me. I don't know why. Einkorn. I think it's Einkorn wheat. And this one is with your regular macaroni pasta, elbows, okay? And so I just put the cashew cheese sauce into it, mixed it, and then I put the breadcrumbs on top and sprinkled a little bit of vegan Parmesan on top of it. And that was it. And it's super yummy. And in here, we have some potatoes, okay, that we cooked the day before. And we let it sit in the refrigerator. And what happens to the starch in the potato is that it becomes tight. And when it becomes tight, it breaks down very slowly. So people who have diabetes don't have a problem eating potatoes with the skins on, which adds fiber, but they don't have a problem digesting this, or it's not going to spike their glucose because the starches are tight and they got to break down little by little. If you bake a potato that same day, and you know, let's say you bake it and you eat it quickly, the starches are not tight yet. So it's gonna digest very quickly, it's gonna break down into glucose very quickly into your system, and it's gonna spike your sugar. But if you let it sit overnight, okay, let's say you serve it to your family, but for you, you just keep yours in the refrigerator, and then the next morning you prepare it. And so you can have it for breakfast or for lunch, okay? Just keep it low fat, okay? The problem with diabetes is the fat. The fat settles around the cells, and the glucose and the nutrients don't get into the cells, okay? At our wellness camp, we do not serve anything with oils, and within 12 days, people's glucose is dropping. So that's how fast that fat will be removed from your cells, okay, if you don't consume any fat at all, okay? Sorry?
Cold potato? Or you could warm it up?
No, you could prepare it the way, whichever way you want. So what we did is we took it, chopped it up, seasoned it, and then we put it in the oven. Okay?
Yeah, but I understand. But the following day, you could heat it up, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The next day, you just cook. Let's say you bake the potato, just leave it like that. Put it in your refrigerator. Then the next day, chop it up, season it, and then bake it in the oven again. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep this closed. And salad. Everybody say salad. Salad. Lettuce. Lettuce. I'm sorry. He's been my gopher all day, all week, and I just feel so bad. I didn't call him that. Somebody else said, "You're her gopher." I was like, I'm so sorry. You've gotten that name. Okay, so that's our menu. Okay, delicious. Okay, so we really worked hard in the kitchen. Tomorrow is waffles with a blueberry cardamom sauce and the soy whipped cream. Okay, we're gonna keep it simple, and because it's Friday, preparation for Sabbath, right? So I did all my work for you today. Okay, so I won't have to do so much tomorrow. What I want to do right now is get into our ice cream recipe. So if you had that recipe with you, hopefully, remember yesterday I said bring your recipes with you. I should have left my computer on so I could have put it up in the screen. It'll take me a second to pop it up. Okay, I'll put it up in the screen for you. And I'll have to somehow put it over here. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this cherry ice cream is phenomenal. I served it to the pastors that are staying at the farmhouse, and they said to me, "This has no dairy?" I said, "Nope." And they were like, "Wow, that is really good." So I'm passing this recipe on to you. I know your friends are gonna love it, your family's gonna love it. We make it often during these hot summer days. Our kids love it. You will need a machine like this or any type of ice cream maker. This is a cuisine art. I bought this online. Actually, I bought it through Kohl's.com. I had a Kohl's coupon that they give you when you go to Kohl's, and I saved those, and I was able to get these at a really good price. I bought 2 of them. So, and when the young people come over to our house, they know I'm gonna make ice cream. And if I don't make, I did it one time, to them, and I didn't make the ice cream, and they're just kind of hanging around the kitchen, and they're whispering to themselves, and I kind of caught what they were saying, And then finally, one of them had the courage to say, "Hey, Mrs. Iannacone, you gonna make the ice cream?" And I was like, all right, I'll make it. But I didn't have the coconut, so I just used soy milk and made a smoothie with frozen fruit and soy milk, and I put it into this, and it was still good. It was like a creamy sherbet type of thing. You can do creamsicle, orange creamsicle, by taking mandarin oranges or your navel oranges and peeling them and freezing them, and then once they're frozen, mix it with some coconut milk, and then blending it up. Add a little bit of coconut flavoring, a little bit of vanilla, a little orange flavoring, and then whatever sweetener you want, and then you can pour it into your ice cream machine, and you got orange creamsicle, and the best of the best. So good, really good. So, okay, so you need a machine like this, and I'm going to do this quick because this part goes in the freezer and stays in my freezer all the time, so it's always ready when I got to use it. And I have to do this really quick because it's going to start defrosting. My ice cream is not going to come out good. So the ingredients are 1 can of coconut milk, and in Elkins here, they had this Arroy D coconut milk, which is really good, or you can do coconut cream. Coconut cream or regular coconut milk is fine. Now this is the trick. If I buy coconut milk, I shake the can. It doesn't sound too liquidy, then I know there's more fat in it, and that's what I want for ice cream. Okay? If I'm making like a curry, a Thai curry, I want more liquid in it, so that's fine. The Arroy D tends to be very creamy, a nice thick coconut cream to it, and so I tend to buy, that's when I come to Elkins, I just buy a whole bunch of them and take it home with me. Now let me get to the store first before you guys go to the store on Sunday, okay? So I can get some of my cans. You'll need 1 cup of water, a 1/2 cup of raw cashew nuts, and your cashew nuts should be washed. Always remember to wash your cashews, okay? They tend to be a little dirty, so you need to wash them all the time. A 1/2 cup of pitted dates and that should be a 1/2 cup of honey. Or you can use 2/3 cup of raw sugar or any other sweetener. So what we used was turbinado sugar. That's like that sugar in the raw that's really brown, and we just blended it up in the blender so it can make it really fine. And so this is what it ended up being, okay? And you'll need vanilla, Himalayan salt, guar gum or xanthan gum. Now, I didn't bring my xanthan gum with me, but you can find that in your baking section in Kroger's or Walmart. And that gives it that smooth creaminess that you find in ice cream. It helps it to bring it together, kind of like jelly-like, not totally jelly-like, but kind of like that thickness that you find like in jelly. Sorry?
Is that a flower?
A flour?
Yeah, is that a flower?
Xanthan gum?
Red bud, you can get that in gum.
The guar gum or the xanthan gum. I'm not sure if it's a flour. I just know it's a thickener that is used in a lot of like dressings, sauces, ice cream. Yeah, it just really helps things to really be thick and nicely. Huh? Yeah, but it's with cornstarch, you have to heat it up to make things thick. With xanthan gum, you don't. Okay, you just add it to your mixture and it will thicken it. Anything that's cold, it will thicken it, okay? You will also need a tray of ice cubes and water as needed to make 5 cups of total mixture. Okay, so now I realize what I did not bring. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna have to go to my other recipe and like super fast. This is starting to melt. The blender part, I can't blend it. Yeah, the blender. Yeah. I got nothing to put it in. It won't blend. The base, yeah, the base. There you go. Okay, somebody do me a favor. I'm going to go to the other recipe. Somebody can take this and bring it to the store over there and tell them to put it in the freezer for me. Okay. So we'll go until he comes back. We'll go on to our oat burger recipe. Okay. I have some extra sofrito. Did anybody, I know somebody wanted this. Somebody wanted to order this. Who was it? I think, wasn't Peggy, was it you that wanted one? The sofrito that you can put to your beans, or it's like the onions and peppers and stuff like that. Right, these are $1, so if anybody wants one, please let me know. I have more frozen in the freezer, but I have some here for anybody that wants. So Peggy, that's yours. Okay. Okay, so let's go to our oat burger recipe. Okay, so for the oat burger, we're gonna need 3 cups of water, and that is totally more than 3 cups of water. Okay. We need 3 cups of water, a 1/4 cup of Bragg's liquid aminos, or 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Does anybody not know what Bragg's liquid amino is? Okay, good. You can also use tamari if you want. You can do that too. Okay, 1 teaspoon of hickory liquid seasoning, or Better Than Bouillon seasoned vegetable base. Does anybody here not know what the Better Than Bouillon seasoned vegetable base is? Okay, pretty much everybody. You can find it in Walmart, wherever the soup section is. It's like a little bottle like this, and it's a paste. But find the one that's for vegetable, that says vegetables only, because the other ones are chicken base, beef base, okay, and so forth. Hickory smoke seasoning, okay, that's this here. It's liquid smoke. You can find this wherever the barbecue section is, barbecue sauces. You can find this, okay. And 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder, 1/2 tablespoon of food yeast flakes. Anybody not know what food yeast flakes is? Okay, great. 3 cups of quick oats, not rolled oats, but quick oats, and 1/2 cup of ground walnuts or pecans. Either one, the walnut or the pecans, will make this recipe taste really good. Now, if you don't have onion flakes, you can use 1/2 an onion, fresh onion, okay? I just realized I need the blender for this too. Okay, let's see, we're gonna improvise here. We're gonna wait for Mr. William to come, because I can't do anything unless he comes. Give me a second. I'm communicating with. Did you bring the skillet?
No, you need that too?
I need that.
For the next recipe.
For the oat burger.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Okay.
just do that.
Okay. We're gonna go to the ice cream. Okay, you know what? Let me talk to him. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I had it all together. I need the blender to blend the oatmeal.
Don't you have the blender?
I have it for the ice cream. I was gonna do the ice cream first and then wash that out. But if you're gonna go back, just get the blender, the glass for the oat burger.
We're all messed up too.
Yeah, I know. Okay, my apologies. It's just so much that we had, you know, and so some things got missed. And my daughter wanted to go on her activity today, and she's been working hard, so we let her go. But normally, I tell her, make sure that each recipe has everything from machines and everything. She does. She makes sure that everything is there. So Today, my husband's turn. I am grateful for what he could do. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to the ice cream recipe back again, okay? My apologies, okay? Let's do the ice cream.
Do you want me to go get your freezer insert?
Yes, please. Okay. So let's move here. Okay, so everything goes in here except for the ice cubes, okay? So I already have the water, and I'm gonna throw in the cashews and the water. I'm gonna throw in the coconut milk. It's that easy. You just throw everything in there. Very easy. Just wash your cashews. And the xanthan gum is the only thing that I wait till the end because it will thicken things very quickly. So I tend to wait till the end. And that's my salt. It does require a little bit of salt. This is my sugar. And when you taste this, you're gonna be so surprised. You're gonna be like, there's no regular white sugar in this? Nope. I've even used the sweetener Pure, and it comes out really good too. This is my almond extract. Now, is that on the recipe? Did it say almond extract? Okay, this is my secret ingredient, okay, that I'm gonna give to you. A little bit of almond flavoring makes it really nice, okay? So I just put a little bit of I'm not totally full, but a little bit of the almond flavoring. Any Italian bakery will put a little bit of almond flavoring in all their baked goods, okay, except the savory ones. But anything sweet, they will put almond flavoring. So I learned that from the Italians. Okay, and this is 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring. Down to the last drop. And if you buy the vanilla paste, it has the little seeds of the vanilla, and when you throw it in there, it makes it look like the Breyers ice cream. Okay, and I'm gonna blend this. Okay, I'm gonna put the xanthan gum in there. And you can find this in Kroger's or Walmart in the baking section. And now you add the ice. So the ice is going to make it cold, so when you pour it into the ice cream machine, it's going to become ice cream faster, okay? Thank you. You forgive me? Yeah, put it on high. Okay, so now I have some frozen cherries that I chopped up in my food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you have to do it by hand, okay? So with this machine, you just put it on the base like this, and then you put this piece down. This is what keeps it mixing. This will turn. I'll just show you. This is the cover. No, I'm not gonna pour it in. Hold on. Oh, it's not plugged in.
You need your computer anymore? No,
Yes, I do. Well, I'm fully charged. I'm good. You can plug it.
there's only 3 plugs.
Okay. So this turns, and then you pour the liquid on top, and then it mixes it, and it's cold, and eventually it just turns and becomes ice cream. Now, this makes a little bit of noise, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my husband take this and plug it in somewhere in the back, somewhere, and pour it in at that point. Because if I pour it in now and stop it, it's going to freeze, and it's not going to move, okay? So I'm going to just let him take it to the back, but it takes about 15. Does that sound bother any of you?
No, I was just leave it there.
No? Okay. All right. Well, anybody don't want it. Don't want that sound. The little boy said no. Okay, go ahead, pour it in. And get the spatula.
Don't waste none of it.
None of it. Okay, so in 15 minutes we'll have ice cream. All right, we'll let that go ahead, and then when it's almost to the end, I'll add the cherries to it. Now, is anybody here allergic to cherries? Anybody does not want cherries in their ice cream? Because the other one has cherries in it. This one can be vanilla, but you can't have both. You can only have one or the other. Anybody just want just vanilla? Wow, they all want cherry. All right, you're my kind of people. Okay, so we will go to the oat burgers now. Okay, let me get to that. Okay, so basically everything goes in the blender. Now the recipe does say ground up walnuts, but I found that the easiest way to do this is throw everything into the blender except the oats, okay? And everything's gonna be blended up, and then it's gonna be poured into the skillet. We're gonna let it come to a boil, and then we're gonna add the oats. So we have, okay, let's do the 3 cups of water. Now, I do not know if this is exactly 3 cups. I'm seeing, is Grace here? Grace, is this 3 cups of water in here exactly? Don't tell me you think so. It'll be watered down oat burgers. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm gonna trust her.
No, I'm saying put 2. You could just,
I can measure it on here.
I'm just saying just put 2 and then blend it in.
Okay, I see what he's saying. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and do. I am putting more than that. That's 3 cups right there, and usually the blender you end up adding too much. Okay, so the next thing is the liquid aminos. And the liquid seasoning, the hickory seasoning. Did she put that in here? I mean, I think this is the liquid aminos. Okay, she didn't put, okay, we'll just skip out on the hickory seasoning. And that's good because I don't always add it. You can skip out on it. You'll taste it in those, and then we'll just figure it out for the next one. You know, this batch is gonna go to the farmhouse. The Italian seasoning. It doesn't really matter as long as we put them all in there. We're just gonna put the onion powder, yeast flakes, garlic, salt, and That is something.
Onion. That's onion.
Okay. Yep, that's onion. Okay. And, oh, this is the smoke. She got it all. She did. She done it right. Okay, we're gonna just blend. Woo, you can really smell that hickory seasoning. While that's blending, this is the breadcrumbs that I used in the pasta. Okay, this one is gluten-free, but you can also buy the one that's not gluten-free. Okay? Don't take it out. Don't take it. Okay, so that's ready. So this is the beef style seasoning that we use. Let's see here. Yep, 1 tablespoon of beef style seasoning. You can find this in the ABC store. You can also order this online. Bill's Best also makes soy curls. Have any of you not tasted soy curls? Who here has not ever tasted soy curls? You got to do it. You got to taste it. It's just plain soy, soybeans delicately texturized, and they're dry. You soak it up with water and flavoring. And it has like a little chickenous type of taste. We've made barbecue soy curls that are awesome. They have a wonderful recipe for that. That is just great. Okay. So I encourage. They have some bags in the ABC store. I encourage you to buy it. It's high in protein, low in fat. Okay. So for some of you that are exercising and want to lose fat, and you're exercising, keep your diet low in fat. Soy curls is a wonderful protein that's low in fat. Okay, and it's not processed like your other vegetarian meats. Okay, I'm just gonna blend this real quick. One more time. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, I just need a paper towel right there for this. Thanks. Okay, this is going to quickly come to a boil, and when it comes to a boil, I'm going to add the oats. Now, after you add the oats, let it sit for about 15 minutes for the oats to really soak up everything, okay? So it's going to cool down so you can handle it, but it's also going to be the perfect texture so that you can work with it. Well, do you have the canning lid? Remember the plastic wrap and the canning lid? I gave it to you to... I'm gonna use that tray, yeah. Yeah. Okay, the ice cream is really starting to come together. It may not come together the way it normally does because this was sitting out for a little bit. It really needs to stay in the freezer until you're ready to pour the liquid. So, but it looks like it's coming together. Okay, I'm gonna let this come to a boil. And while this comes to a boil, I'm gonna add the cherries because they're frozen and it's gonna help it to get cold faster. Say that again. You take out that middle piece out of it. She's asking, will it freeze in there? It will, but you gotta take this metal piece out, and once you do that, just scoop out the ice cream out of it, and you can leave it in this container, or just take it out and put it in a different container. No, I mean, it gets a little hard. Just leave it out for a few minutes, you know, and I mean, it tends to be still where you can scoop it, but not like your Breyers that it's like, you know, they must really put a lot of thickener in that. Just leave it out for maybe 10, 15 minutes and it should be fine, just like what we're doing over there. Okay, we'll see what happens with this. All right, this is boiling now. Do you smell it? Okay, I'm gonna mix it, and it comes together really quick once you add your oats. Yes, we did. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the easiest way, is just throw everything into the blender except the oats. Now, I'll tell you this story. When I first married my husband, he would make the oat burgers, and they always came out fine. I never even looked over his shoulders. He made them, I ate them. Then one day, it was my turn to make oat burgers, and I tried to follow the recipe, and it didn't come together for me. It fell apart. And I was so upset, and I was like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? I followed the recipe. You gave me the recipe, and I followed it. What did I do wrong? And he says, did you blend the onions? I said, it didn't say to blend the onions. And he says, that's what you need to do. And I was like, well, you didn't tell me. You know, now I got all these oat burgers falling apart. We still ate them, you know. But that's the trick. If you're going to use onions, fresh onions, just throw everything in the blender, and it'll come together perfect. Okay, so you see how it's coming together? Okay. All right. And I'm just going to turn this off, and I'm going to show you how to put it together, and it's going to be hot in my hands. Normally I let this cool down, but for the sake of time, I am going to show you how to put it together. Now, did we bring an ice cream, a scoop for this, or no? We could use a spoon. It'll be fine too. But it's for the ice cream, isn't it? I thought I brought a second one.
Kayleen.
Okay, so you could put the lettuce, tomatoes. So we got buns, burgers, lettuce, tomatoes. Well, we need this first. Yeah, need that one. Okay, yeah, I need that one. So I'll use this one for now. Okay. Well, what I need is the mayo first. That goes on the bun. And then the burgers after that. Okay, and everything else. Okay, so this is how I do this really fast. And by the way, these burgers freeze really well. Okay, so you can bake a batch and then store the rest and eat it whenever you want. You can make it ahead of time in the week and then bring it to church on Sabbath for fellowship lunch. Somebody's hands up. Oh, makes a great sauce. It's also Italian seasoning with it, with the sage. Yes, it will make it. Okay, so I would have a bigger ice cream scoop than this, but you know, we have this small one. And I just put a whole bunch on the parchment paper, or you could spray your pan. You learn these tricks when you're making food for a lot of people. Okay, so I got 6 of them here, okay? 6 of them, 6 balls. And then I have a saran wrap that I folded in half. Now this is a big piece, okay? It could be smaller than this, but it's just saran wrap, 2 layers of saran wrap, okay? And you place it over your ball, and you take your canning lid, and you're so smart.
That's why it's good.
Okay, so you did that. Oh, okay, you just showed me something. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Duh. Okay, he just has a big piece of plastic, and he put it right over all of them instead of just one individually. This is part of, you get this from construction, don't you? When you're just learning, you know, trying to do things really fast, huh? Okay, so I'm putting my canning lid on there, and I'm gonna press down in the center, and go to the next one, press down, go to the next one. I don't know why I'm doing that, it's force of habit. He's ready to come in here and take over, look at him. He's like, Liz, you do it this way. I got it, Will. That's why he told me all day, Liz, I got it, Liz. I was like, okay, you got it. That's paybacks. Okay. Oh. Should we do the rest of them? Let's do them real quick so they don't fall. Let's do the rest of them. How's that? Is it coming together? Okay. Okay, and we got our 6 burgers in less than 5 minutes, okay? And so you bake this at 375, 15 minutes on one side, 10 minutes on the other, and you got your burgers, okay? Isn't that great? And these burgers taste phenomenal, they're great. Now, we mentioned before that sauces really, seal the deal with your food, right? So ketchup, put your ketchup on there, put your cheese on there, put your mayo, whatever pickles that you have, anything like that, you can put into your burger. Now, let's say you didn't have pickles. You could take cucumbers, chop them up, and put lemon juice, onion, and garlic powder, a little bit of mustard in there, and let it sit for about an hour, and you will have pickles. Okay, put salt, the salt. Or you could put pickling salt, that's in the canning section. Take some of that, put it into your pickles. Now, you put I'm skipping steps. Put the pickles in a canning jar, fill it up with water, and add your seasonings, let it sit for an hour, and you got yourself pickles. Okay, it tastes really great. We didn't do it this time, we just didn't have enough time, but believe me, it works really well. In fact, let me see if she's here. Catherine, is Catherine here? Okay, Catherine didn't come today, but Catherine, I showed her to do that last year in last camp. I invited her to come and eat with us at our campsite, and she was like, wow, these are really good, and her kids just kept eating it. And we did the same thing with red onions. You chop up your red onions, well, not totally the same, but you chop up your onions, red onions or yellow onions, put them in your bowl, add lemon juice and salt, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and it will sweat out the onion juice and marinate with the lemon, and it will taste wonderful, like pickled onions. Okay.
What was the pickle ingredients again?
Okay, for the pickle, it's just lemon juice, onion and garlic powder. You could put mustard powder or mustard itself. And you could put dill weed in it. Yes. Yes, I like to. Yes, I use the wide mouth jar. Yep. Okay, mac and cheese. I tend to buy this mac and cheese sometimes. Anybody's tried it? Oh, question? William, how many did, I'll show you. This is a good way to show you.
Well, no, that's not. 'Cause
Well,
we doubled the recipe.
we doubled the recipe, but you can get a full tray like this out of one batch.
The little
Or
ones, the little ones that we made, I would say, we made about 50.
50 double batch,
That's
little
the
ones, right, double batch, small like this. There was about 50 of them. So I would say about 24,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we like to make them even real big like this to put in our burger buns, and then you get like 12 out of those, okay? All right, so we're gonna put our food together. Oh, I was talking about the mac and cheese. So this is really good. This is Daya. It's a total plant-based vegan cheese. The macaronis come already in it, and the cheese sauce comes, it's like your mac and cheese package. You get your pasta, and you have your cheese sauce in here. And you cook your pasta, you add this to it, mix it up. And if you want, you could do it like this and put breadcrumbs on top, put it back into your oven, and you have a really nice tasting mac and cheese. Okay? So I wanted to show you an alternative. If you're running against time, this is another nice meal that you can make, and it's very tasty. Okay, let's see how the ice cream looks. Okay, I'm just gonna leave. I think that it's not gonna get any colder than this. Really soft. It would be a lot more harder than this by now. All right, we're gonna set up over here, Will, on this table here. We're gonna bring things over, and we're gonna pray, and then we're gonna set up, and then we'll let you guys come over.
Just move the table.
No, we'll just. Oh, you have it set already? Well, it'll be quick. We'll just move it right over. Okay, let's just pray, and then we can do this. All right, let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for our class today, Father, and helping us to get all this food put together, and for everybody that came safely here, Lord, I pray a blessing upon everyone, that they will be able to go back home and make these recipes and other recipes that are just winners, and will help people, Lord, to just become friends with us, and will encourage people to live healthier. And so I pray you for a blessing over the food. In Jesus' name, amen.